Jared Poland Fronos Photo.com, and the cold is getting better, and we're back with a photo of the week. And I haven't put one of these up in a little while, but I was going back through the archives. I really wanted to show you one of the new Matis Yahoo pictures, but I haven't shown them yet, so I can't really put them out just yet. So I went back into the archives to 2009, October 23rd, 2009, when I shot the Hooters at the Spectrum, which no longer exists. And you know what's funny about this whole Hooters thing? I basically just showed up, walked in the back door, passed the security, and went right up on stage to talk to my buddy Ed, who's here with the ukulele. No, not the ukulele, the mandolin right here, as the Hooters play a lot of mandolin. And basically, he put me in touch with the right person. All he told me when we were trying to set up if the Hooters needed me to come down and shoot was, he's like, they may need a photographer. And so I just showed up and spoke to the tour manager and showed her a book of my work. And she was like, all right, you can do whatever you need to do. So here's Ed setting up the mandolin. You can see our buddy Joe in the background. Joe's a really cool guy. But this shot, well, I'll tell you that the Spectrum is no longer there. It's been blown up. Actually, they just tore it down. They ripped it apart, and they're going to build something there. This is where the Flyers used to play and the Sixers used to play. One of the greatest places ever to watch a hockey game. But this picture lends well to a black and white. I really want this to be a high contrast black and white. So how I do my editing in this, formerly I used to take out the saturation and vibrance, but now I realize that the black and white conversion button does a lot more from time to time. You can kind of do the same thing, but you have more control over the HSL when you go into this. And you can change different things about the black and whites, like all the reds of the seats. We can bring up the lights or darken them or whatnot. So I'm just going to undo that for the time being and just start with my basic edits. What I've been doing a lot lately is turning my tone curve to strong because that gives me a thicker black, and I love thick black in my photos. So here we go. I'm going to go up with the exposure slightly. Then I follow through with contrast. Yep, I hit the boomification button, and I don't mind if I clip highlights and shadows and things like that because I like seeing Ed really pop out of this photo. So a little more with the exposure. Now I'm going to slide it back. Not too much on the black levels here. Clarity, I'm not going to go backwards. I'm not really going to go too high. But you can see Ed here with his nice reading glasses. Ed, everybody knows Ed. If you're in the music industry, you know Ed. So he's tuning the mandolin, getting it ready for like All You Zombies or And We Danced, all those good songs. Look at all the guitars they have over here. What I love about the shot is that you have the whole stadium in the background. Excuse me. You have all the lights here. You've got Ed working in front of his case. Oh, let me tell you what it's shot at. 1/50th of a second, f3.2, ISO 2500, 14 millimeters with a 14-24 2.8 using the Nikon D3 at the time. I could have pumped this up to 4000 ISO. I think this was around the time where I was kind of hesitant to really go above a certain ISO because, I don't know, it just didn't seem natural to go above 2500. But, you know, 1/50th of a second is plenty of time to keep him frozen, which you can see, but keep his, his hands moving because he's playing. Now, I don't mind that in a shot like this personally. What other editing could we do to this? What would fill light do? I'm not going to use fill light in this case. I like that it's dark. I mean, the stadium is dark. You get a dark feel. And I've been seeing this lately in a lot of people's work is that you try making the photo something that it wasn't. Like if it was a dark scene, you try to make it really, really bright, and it's kind of not representative of the scene. But again, that's personal preference. I try to keep it representative as much as possible. Let's play with that HSL slider in black and white. This is something you couldn't do if you just took out the color, vibrance, and saturation. So we can see that, that brightens up this red right here, and it brightens up the chair. So now we darken up all the reds, and look what happened to his face. It's weird. It's really weird. So I'm just going to take that back to probably where it was, which was right about here, and just showing you the different things. If there was orange in the image, which there seems to be a lot of, look at the control you have over the orange. But again, yes, Ed looks good right there. Now, we're just going to go back to this. I really think it's a close image, and it's already there. Wow, there's even some purples you can take out in the seats, which is always interesting. Back here by the Canon advertisements. But that's, really it. You can do some temperature changes here. You can see that it does do something when you change the white balance. But I really like what's going on here with Ed. I like this photo. I think as a part of the photo story of the day from the Hooters, it's a great representation in the timeline. And I think I have the whole photo shoot that I did with these guys. I'll put that up in the post on the website. So that's it. We're going to leave it at that. Let's see where we started. Well, I guess that's where we started in black and white to where we finished, and that's about it. So that's the photo of the week this week. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya!